pain. The difference is what they choose to do about it. Villain says, the world hurt me, I'll hurt it back. The hero says, the world hurt me, I'm not going to let it hurt anybody else. Heroes use pain. Villains are used by it.
I dare you to take a little pain. I dare you. I dare you not to go home. Somebody said, I don't go home, I feel bad. Go through it. You ain't gonna die. At the end of pain is success.
When you learn something painfully, a part of you has to die. That's the pain. You know, when a dream is shattered, for example, a huge part of you that constituted that dream, maybe even the biological substrate of that dream, has to be stripped away and burned. Life is a constant process of death and rebirth. And to participate in that fully is to allow yourself to be redeemed by it. It's like you're not as good as you could be, so you let that part of you die.
Real motivation comes from the pain. It comes from the bottom. And if you go into the bottom and you stay, you never become Hollywood. You always stay engulfed in the neighborhood. Keep going, keep running. Even when you don't even know, even if it turns into chaos. You cannot be great if you cannot operate in chaos.
You know, the amount of discomfort that you need to go through to become someone of note in any field, whether it be sports or academia or art or creativity or poetry or whatever it is, right? It requires such a massive activation energy that most people have more pain than they do love in life, and pain is a significantly more potent fuel.
Pain is temporary. It may last for a minute, or an hour, or a day, or even a year, but eventually it will subside, and something else will take its place. If I quit, however, it will last forever.
And because of this terribleness, I now have something that I can run away from. and then like, rather than not looking at the knife or trying to take painkillers to not feel the pain, it's like completely sobering up, taking the knife and twisting it in your own heart and being like, I'm gonna fucking do something about this.
Your bad habits and your resentment and your bitterness and all of that, your procrastination gets completely out of hand, and you auger down, and you're in your own personal version of hell in 3 to 5 years. What does that look like? Well, everyone knows that. It's like everyone can look into the future and think, well, if I keep going on this dark path, this is where I'll end up. Well, then you've got little hell outlined for yourself to run away from, and you got a little heaven outlined for yourself to run towards, and then you're motivated. Because sometimes, you know, you're just hopeful. I would like a good thing to happen.
It's my belief that fear is a much more powerful driver than desire, that most people are running away from things that they don't want as opposed to running toward things that they do. I think that that's what gets people over the line. Now, the people that have longevity, I think actually pivot. I think that they use what they have in the beginning, which is often, you know, a mean parent, bullies in school, being an outcast, not feeling good enough, whatever kind of mental or social or whatever setback they went through, some previous trauma. They use that as the activation energy, and then they transcend and include that, and they get themselves into a place that is more positive moving forward. Always have the same backstory.
I was the same way. Yeah, that used to hurt me growing up. Now I fucking thrive in that shit. And that's where I gained the advantage. It's so easy to be great nowadays, my friend, because most people are weak.